Hello there, and welcome to the Future Game Show powered by WD Black. I'm Laura Bailey, but you may know me as Abby Anderson from The Last of Us Part 2 or Kate Diaz from Gears of War. Today, though, I'll be taking a break from fighting the apocalypse to bring you a whole host of exciting game trailers, reveals, and updates. But before we get into all that, I need to get my co-host on the line. I'm sure you're going to be familiar with this person. He's appeared in The Last of Us,
Space or
Uncharted, God of War.
Nope.
You name it, he's probably in the credits.
What are we watching?
So without further ado, here is my good friend and continual co-star, Troy Baker.
Hello, Laura. You look amazing, as always. Yes, you may know me from a few video games. Joel Miller in The Last of Us, or good old Agent Jonesy from Fortnite. But over the next hour or so, Laura and I are going to be giving you the inside scoop of some incredibly exciting games and also showcasing developer interviews, exclusive trailers, and a whole lot more, incling world premieres.
There's also a chance
so he did the voice.
To
That's what we needed.
That's what you need. And a WD Black hard drive.
How do you get hype otherwise?
Here. And we have a new addition to the show this year, the virtual show floor. More on that later. But let's kick things off with the first world premiere. And for that, we're going prehistoric.
Jurassic Park? It's not a world premiere, though. Hey, a different
That's not
Jurassic
prehistoric.
Turok?
Could be.
I remember games.
This does not look prehistoric.
If it's in Jurassic Park, it is.
If it's before a history that we know it is.
Maybe it's the future in the prehistoric era.
It's your hunter from the future of the game. Finally.
Oh my gosh.
Go!
It's not that.
Alright, what's this?
That looks like a Dead Space rig.
No way this is Dino Crisis 4, right?
That looked like a dino. Instinction.
Show more. Okay.
I thought that was
I
over.
was like,
Dino Crisis would be on Capcom's if it were going to happen, which almost assuredly is not.
huh.
Dude, what if it's like a DayZ game but with dinosaurs in the world?
That would be fucking crazy.
Like dinosaurs came back after
Is it
Jurassic
like
Park?
a more grounded, like, on Earth arc?
Shooting in the air at the... What?
Kill the pterodactyl.
Bullets are gonna fall down and hurt somebody.
Allosaurus.
Wait. This is Dino Crisis, but with a Y.
Dynamite. I don't know that one.
I wonder if you can put hats on the dinosaurs. Instinction is expected in 2022. What's next, Laura?
Next up, Grow, Song of the Evertree is a sandbox adventure about the healing power of nature.
We saw this.
Let's throw it over to Prideful Sloth HQ to find out more.
I will happily see more.
Grow.
G'day from Prideful Sloth HQ. I'm Adam.
And I'm Cheryl, and we're the design team on Grow, Song of the Evertree. Grow is Prideful Sloth's latest project that we're working on with 505 Games.
Grow Song of the Evertree is a beautiful sandbox game about growing new worlds, building a town, and bringing harmony back to the land.
Grow will be available later this year on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
It's an
Thanks for
unpainted
watching.
gnome.
I feel like from their body language,
Once upon a time,
the idea to design this game was her idea.
our
rarest of all
lands
gnomes.
teemed with creatures great and small.
Vaporeon.
The beauty of the worlds was unrivaled. The people thrived and lived in harmony with the land around them.
The house looked like a kitty cat.
But this harmony was not to last.
No.
Slowly, without much notice, the withering was creeping out from the darkness.
I would notice that.
Once it took hold, there was little that could be done.
You'd think.
Our lands were overrun,
It's as big
and
as
all
my
that
house.
was cherished disappeared.
Calvin,
before
eventually
us.
you'll
But all
Reach an
was
age
not
where you
lost.
realize you're old.
One
the withering
young, brave
crept up
soul
on you.
stayed behind. With support from their friends and with boundless determination. This
They have,
young
Star Wars
soul
Rebel
seeks
hair.
out a way to push back the withering and bring life back to our world. Grow, Song of the Evertree.
Yeah, everyone wants you to wish list.
That was Grow, Song of the Evertree, which is coming to PC, PlayStation,
There are currently
Xbox,
286
and
games on my
Nintendo
Steam
Switch
wish list.
in 2021.
Helps people
Okay,
find
Laura,
other
that was
things, too.
extremely cute, but have you considered more dinosaurs?
You can't just hijack every game reveal and make it about dinosaurs, Troy.
You
And
can.
if it's about dinosaurs.
Life
Tell that to Jeff Goldblum.
finds a way.
You just missed it. He was doing one.
Did it?
Oh, we're back to Jurassic World.
Damn it.
This is a very
You brought
different
Jeff
world.
Goldblum back, right?
How does it keep happening?
This is the third time I've seen that shot. And then there.
Hi,
Okay.
I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director at Frontier Developments. So as you may have seen earlier at the PC Game Show, we're working on Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're really excited about it, and we're looking forward to creating the most authentic Jurassic experience yet. We've got tons of new features across 4 different game modes, including our original Jurassic campaign, which is a story set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. You're going to be leading efforts to contain, control, and conserve all those dinosaurs now running out in the wild. You'll be working alongside characters from the films, voiced by original talent.
We've heard this
such as
too.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh my God! Show
And
me
in the
something
game,
else
we have
about
over
this game.
75 prehistoric species. We've got new dinosaurs. We have returning community favorites.
Well,
and we've
to be
added
fair, this is an
flying and
authentic
marine reptiles to the game.
E3 experience,
I'm
Eric,
really
where
thrilled to be showing
you
you
keep
a
walking
first
by the
look at
same
footage
booth
from
over and
the
over
game
again.
itself. This is
true.
from our
Yeah.
species field
This is
guide
just how it
series of
works.
videos
This is how it
focusing
goes.
on one of the many prehistoric species we have in the game. This is an
wouldn't
iconic,
make
popular dinosaur. It's the Triceratops,
3
but we're
appointments
showing
at the
you
same
it in
booth.
a new environment never seen before in Jurassic World Evolution. I hope you
Yeah,
enjoy
the
it. We're
problem is
looking
we
forward
can't
to
walk
the
away
game
here.
releasing later this year.
God, what's that? Species feel good.
This is new.
Okay, sweet.
The Triceratops
have beaten this
is
game by
one
the time
of the
E3's
most
done.
recognizable herbivores to ever have existed. It is best known for its trio of facial horns. These adornments are not just for display purposes. The brow horns in particular can inflict considerable damage to any dinosaur that dares to provoke it.
Fuck yeah. Oh, was that?
We got one dinosaur. Come on now.
We're gonna
Was
get
Jurassic
like
World
3.
Evolution
It's only the
2,
second time
which
it's been
is
shown
launching
actually
in
at E3. The
2021
first
on
Summer Games
PC,
Fest was at
PS4,
E3.
PS5,
Yeah,
Xbox One,
I guess,
and
but,
Xbox Series
I mean,
X and
You know what I'm
S.
talking about?
Nope.
Yep.
Okay, for this next section, we're bringing the joys of E3
Some
to
more
your
at
home
Summer
with a
Games Fest
series
than
of
we did
demos that
at
you
You
can
want to
play.
see something?
The
Yeah,
previous.
please show me
That's
something
right.
else. Here's a
Today.
Triceratops.
This
Sweet.
is the
That's
Future
it.
Game Show virtual show floor. And remember, if any of the featured games
Technically,
grab
it's
your interest,
more.
you can try them out now by heading to the Future Game Show
They said the
Steam
one
page.
thing I know
So
about
let's head down to the show floor
Triceratops.
where I believe
They have 3 horns.
I feel like it's the one thing you can guess by looking at it.
or
Yes,
seeing its
hello,
name.
and welcome to the Future Game Show's virtual E3
No, I would assume
show
it's
floor.
Triple H as a
Just
dinosaur.
look at it,
Gotcha.
Troy.
I kind of want to know
I
what they're talking
am
about, guys.
looking at it. It is incredible. They like nailed it. You know, minus the queuing and the heat and the, you know, how do I say, musk that's in the air? But man, the darkness, perfection.
All right, enough reminiscing. Let's check out some games. I'd like to start by showing you A Tale of Paper. This is a striking platformer from Open House Games,
Roomba's
where
fucking
you
a Roomba.
transform to solve
Sound like Little
puzzles in an
Nightmares.
oversized
It does.
world, dodging creepy crawlies and mischievous Roombas.
And now for another tale of paper as you shift packing boxes in the house moving sim Get Packed fully loaded. As you can see, it's all about moving couches. On a couch,
You can tell
with
they
your
wanted to
friends
call this
in
Get
couch
Fucked.
Co-op. It's going to be
couldn't.
available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and is also backwards compatible
Jesus.
on PS5 and Xbox Series.
It's a lot like
X and
moving
S.
out.
It's like
It
moving out.
Oh, no.
does.
no,
Yes.
Hey, Laura, do you want a drink?
Sure, what do you have? Wait, what's that?
Don't worry about them.
Codes.
There's Steam Early Access codes. Go, 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 go.
So
Holy
about
shit.
that drink.
I'm not doing it.
Well, I'm not gonna
Right,
get it now.
yeah.
Too late.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah,
They're already gone.
Here's a genre cocktail full of co-op action RPG combat and finished.
That's a good way of
with
doing it, though. I like
survival
that.
twist.
That was
How's
really
sound,
cool.
huh? Okay. I said
Someone would have had
how's
to
I
be
heard
logged
what
into
you
Steam
said.
waiting.
Tell me about the game.
This is Gatewalkers, which sees you and up to 3 other players banding together to tackle procedurally generated worlds full of monsters. But you also have to gather resources to fight off hunger, thirst, and the dreaded cold. Oh, like the element cold. Got it.
Wow. Let's hope no one gets thirsty enough for another one of your jokes. Anyway, come over here and check out the many imaginative worlds of Game Deck. This is an isometric RPG that has you solving crimes across multiple virtual realities, where your choices will shape the world around you in and outside of the simulations.
Ooh,
All right, you got me.
Speaking of detectives, check this out. Backbone is a gorgeous adventure game from Eggnut set in a dystopian Vancouver, where you must crack cases to clean house in this corrupt post-noir city.
God damn it, you got me again.
Yeah, man. That polar bear had
Would you like
titties.
raccoons? Allow me to offer you more
Write that down.
critter-based adventures with Beacon Pines. Set inside of a magical storybook,
Polar titties.
Beacon Pines sends players to a sleepy mountain town where you collect powerful words that can completely alter the narrative in this charming but mysterious tale.
You know, I'm
Ugh,
detecting
they're going too
a
fast.
theme with the
they are.
anthropomorphic animals. You know, Laura, I've always...
Another one.
Another set of codes.
Guys.
Interesting.
Middle column,
Joy,
3 down.
focus.
Use that one.
I've got a triple threat of fighting foxes to show you. This is Trifox, a charming cartoon brawler where you fight waves of enemies as one of 3 adaptable combat
Finally,
classes.
when I don't have to write down.
Great, huh?
Yes, totally. But now it's time to get serious.
Let's get serious.
Mankind is gone, but the beavers remain. Welcome to Timberborn. It's a unique city builder where players set out to create the ultimate beaver society. This involves everything from constructing dams to crafting carousels.
I guess even buck
We've gone too
critters
far.
know solid.
How long have we been streaming?
That they do. That they do.
Am I wrong, or
what's
should they have
next?
called that Beaver Town?
Never fear, the Rift Breaker is here.
They were going for a certain rating, Aaron.
What was that?
Is what I would say if I was playing our next game, which is a base-building survival game
7
where you
hours.
hack and slash your way through hordes of alien creatures. Look at it.
Oh, no. I want to hear more from the Rift Breaker.
Okay, maybe after this showcase we're meant to be hosting.
And with that, we've reached the end of our little tour. But remember, you can go hands-on with all of these games right now by visiting the Future Game
there's another
Show
screen.
page on
Codes.
Steam. Now, how
Enhance.
do we quit this? Is it a... No, that's update.
Wait, that's the first screen.
I don't need to update this. Laura, can you help me out just a little bit?
I got you. Okay, we're back. Quick note, from here on in, when you see this pop up on screen during a trailer, it means you can visit the Future Game Show page on Steam to play a demo and go hands-on with the game immediately.
Adrian! I was doing...
I feel like he's
Sorry,
as tired
just
as we
wanted to
are.
Do that. It's because
Yeah.
our next game is all about floating like a butterfly.
Aaron, that's a
stinging
reference
like
to a
bee.
Sylvester
Check out this
Stallone movie.
exclusive presentation
Yeah, I
from
know.
Steel
I've
City
heard
Cliffhanger.
Rambo
You haven't
about
seen it.
Esports Boxing Club.
Oh my gosh.
Huh? I haven't seen Rambo, I know.
Coming later in 2021, Esports Boxing Club brings you the greatest fight roster in video game history. With over 200 fighters already signed, we've got some
Super
of the
Macho Man?
biggest and most anticipated names. Greatest of all time, from the absolute legends of the sport
King Hippo?
to the most exciting names in boxing today. The first women's division ever represented in a video game.
The Paul brothers
and
on
the
there.
hottest new talent.
I like RJ Dude. Guys, I think there might be too many
What
games.
about the game? Let's take a closer look at the next-gen visuals and gameplay that are set to make ESBC the greatest of all time.
It's good. There's definitely one for the grandkids and stuff to say, like your old granddad was in a game and busting people up. So it's going to be quite cool.
Ugh. Yeah, that
was
flying down was
gross.
scary.
He's like a serial killer,
So the
stretch out his
movement
face.
system in
Right?
ESPC is all about fluidity.
Aaron, if I keep training, do you think they'll put me in this game?
Recreating mannerisms from boxing.
I think you have to have a career
The
in
physics
boxing.
system
something after
doesn't
that.
just rely on animation. This allows us
That
to
guy looked dizzy,
recreate
didn't he?
realistic knockdowns. Even when a fighter's unsteady on their feet, it's not purely animation based. Now, we've had professional boxers, professional coaches come into the studio and provide input through motion capture and actually reviewing the game.
What's the name of the
during its
Dreamcast boxing
And now
game?
we really feel like we've created a
Someone in
true
chat does.
representation of the sport.
Ready to rumble?
Presentation is important to us. Just because we are in the studio, we're still going to aim high when it comes to production values.
Esports Boxing Club coming to PC and all major consoles with early access in 2021.
Esports Boxing Club is coming to PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X,
Ready
and
to Rumble is the only
Series
boxing
S.
game I've ever played. Well, and Punch-Out.
Next up, we've got a deeply immersive World War II shooter with over 100 players taking part in epic battles
100.
recreated using aerial photography and satellite imagery. Let's take a closer look at Hell Let Loose.
Product not yet rated.
My name's Max Rea. I'm the founder of Black Matter and the lead developer of Hell Let Loose. Hell Let Loose began as the idea of a couple of hobbyist game developers all the way back in 2015. Following a successful Kickstarter, we launched into early access in the middle of 2019. And since then, we've delivered 9 enormous updates, including entire systems overhauls, 6 new maps, tons of new weapons, gadgets, and vehicles, as well as expanding our unique real-time strategy-inspired metagame. As a result, we've been fortunate to sell more than 1 million copies during our first year of early access. 2021 is only going to be bigger. I'm excited to announce that we're launching out of early access on July the 27th with the introduction of the Soviet forces on the Eastern Front, including famous battles like Kursk and Stalingrad, before we close out the year by bringing Hell Let Loose to next-generation consoles. Hell Let Loose has only grown due to the vibrant community that surrounds it, from our earliest Kickstarter backers to our newest recruits. We're excited to introduce you to this ever-evolving and expanding World War II experience. We hope you enjoy this first look at what's to come.
It's cool that they base the battlefields out from satellite images.
Yeah. What was this called?
Hell Let Loose. July 27th.
Okay.
Hell Let Loose is launching on Steam on July 27th and coming to Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 in 2021.
So, Laura, have you ever wanted to play XCOM, but in real time with up to 7 of your friends?
Of course.
Yep, that's what I thought. Then you need to keep your eye on this next game.
No, but maybe?
Not XCOM.
Hello, my name is Ferocious, CEO of Ireland, a game dev studio based in Croatia, and for the past few years we have been working on Red Solstice 2 game. It is a real-time tactical battlefield game. It supports up to 8 players and has a fully playable co-op campaign. We are ready to show you the launch trailer now, so get ready for June 17 when the game launches on Steam, and have fun blasting some mutants.
The something solstice. The real solstice?
The Executor. A high-class commanding officer with advanced cybernetic capabilities. You were awakened to lead a secret task force that will counter the threat of Stroll mutants and liberate Mars.
Mars, that's why it's Red Solstice. Okay.
Survive.
Welcome back, Executor. The Stroll infestation has now infected all colonies on Mars. Build your squad from 6 unique classes of elite soldier, utilizing their skills to best suit each mission type. Customize their weapons and tech, as well as their upgrades and abilities. Take command on the battlefield using the command radio to give orders to the whole squad or individual soldiers. Concentrate fire on targeted locations and carry out supply runs even during the heat of battle. Recruit your friends to the fight and join in up to 8-player co-op missions to save Mars in our name.
Makes me think of Helldivers a little.
Yeah. Sure. I don't know if I don't think the controlling is the same though, but it's like a real-time XCOM rather than like the turn-based kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Oh boy,
Purge
can't wait to miss
Earth of a
95%
Mutant Invasion
accuracy
in
shots
Red
in real
Solstice
time.
2 Survivors, which is coming to Steam on June 17th. Our next game is about delivering mail in a sleepy American lakeside town. Let's join Dylan from Gamius to learn more.
Delivering mail?
Mail carrier.
Is this a sequel to Canadian Fishing?
I was gonna say.
I'm Dylan from Gamius, and it's great to be here at the Future
Or
Game Show.
Beavertown.
We're currently getting very close to finishing Lake, a game that's set in the 80s. You play as Meredith Weiss, who takes a break from her life in the big city to deliver mail in her hometown.
Oh, yeah.
It's a job you can do at your own leisure, and you will get to know the people in Providence Oaks along the way.
At your own leisure.
We're excited to share an example of an activity after your workday is done. Movie night with Angie from the video store.
Oh, movie night.
Those Masters of the Universe.
It's been
but
ages
not.
since I've been to the movies.
Well, they call it the movies, plural. But of course, we can only see one movie at a time.
Nope, I have watched
So, which one will it be?
Vampire's Kiss and Wicker Man
My pick?
at the same time.
All right, let's
Wow.
see.
I think she meant like
Trouble in Little China, Blue Velvet, or The Great Mouse Detective.
I feel like they're behind.
All right,
this is in the
I'm ready to
80s,
pick.
Aaron.
I think it's like a retro theater.
The Great Mouse Detective.
Clearly, clearly the correct choice.
So far, this is exactly the plot of a movie on the Hallmark Channel.
We won't spoil more, and we also
Oh, we
can't
don't
say
wanna spoil
what
more,
Meredith
okay.
will do after spending 2 weeks in Providence Oaks, because it's all up to you. Lake is coming first to Xbox and PC this September 1st. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
She just ran that stop sign.
It was a yield.
Wasn't.
Is the lake haunted or
Excited to
something?
announce that
There's
Lake
no
is
fishing.
coming to Steam, Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S on September 1st. Now, what kind of a showcase would this be without a new Souls-like? Our next game is a pixelated take on the genre, following a protagonist with a giant obsidian sword.
A giant sword. Too big to be called a sword.
In the beginning,
Massive hunk of
there
iron.
was dust.
It's a slab
And
of
from
iron.
that dust, the moon was born. Eons of idleness passed before suddenly it shattered. Great
Ruby.
celestial chunks cascaded from the heavens unto earth. From one prodigious shard spawned humanity, and from another, the gods. For a great many years, balance endured, until a foul and malevolent deity intervened. Exil spread greed and distrust among his kin, compelling these calamitous beings to conquer man. Centuries of servitude passed, until finally, aided by a veiled ally, humanity revolted. The Great Crusade overthrew the old gods, imprisoning them within the sacred walls of the Citadel, at the expense of untold lives. A peace was wrought, but it was not meant to last, for the miscreant, Exil, returned from his concealment, conducting atrocious experiments upon his caged kindred. A darkness permeated the lands. Rivers stagnated, crops failed, and the world of man began to fade. The great moon, witnessing all, wept a final shard, a shard of the purest obsidian. And thus, a glimmer of hope remains.
Eldest Souls.
Customize your combat style and boss rush ancient gods when Eldest Souls drops on the PC and all current console formats July 29th, 2021.
The style of that
And
game
now
is not
we've
what I
got
thought it
a
was going to be
closer
either.
look at the next
Nope.
game from the folks behind War Thunder. Here's Tom from Darkflow Software to guide you through Enlisted.
War Thunder.
This is Enlisted.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hi there, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully our little trailer has got you interested. My name's Tom, and I'm part of the team at Darkflow Software
Hi,
behind our
Tom.
new game, Enlisted, a historical World War II shooter with some unique gameplay quirks. One of Enlisted's most unique features is the Squads mode, where you head into battle with a squad of AI soldiers under your control. You can instruct them on how to react to enemies, and most importantly, you can switch between any of them seamlessly with the press of a button. You'll only need to respawn when your entire
played this
squad
one.
is wiped out. This way, you're always kept right in the middle of the action. Although, if you prefer a more traditional shooter experience, we have a fleshed out solo mode too, where you will only fight against other players. At its core, Enlisted aims to form a golden middle ground between the more hardcore and arcade-style shooters currently available. Time to kill is kept short. A bolt-action rifle to the chest will down a soldier in a single shot, with submachine guns and pistols taking only a few hits. Vehicles as well can of course be devastating, but have their limitations. Aircraft are restricted to the cockpit view, and crew inside tanks can only use viewports to spot targets.
That's cool.
So you'll need to
That's
keep your wits
good.
about you to really get the most out of these machines. Progression in Enlisted is spread over various campaigns. Currently, you can fight in Moscow, Normandy, and Berlin, with Tunisia and many more coming soon. Each campaign features new weapons and equipment. Firearms can be improved to increase their raw performance, and soldiers can be leveled up to grant them specialized perks. Different classes of soldiers are able to equip different gear, with specialist classes such as engineers able to build structures anywhere on the map, including FOBs, sandbags and barbed wire defenses, and even anti-tank cannons and AA guns. Enlisted aims to keep historical accuracy in the forefront of development. Firearms, locations, and uniforms are all true to history. No neon pink Sten guns and mohawks here. Each army will be decked out with the equipment they actually used during their respective conflicts. Because of the squads feature, you'll never be short on targets. Twitch reflexes and fast reactions will of course have their place in Enlisted, but even if you haven't had the time to fine-tune your skills, you'll easily be able to come away with a kill count in the double digits. The AI, however, are very attentive and react to sound, and not to be underestimated. But that's all we've got time for. Make sure to give it a try yourself by heading over to enlisted.net/join. Enlisted is cross-platform and available now on PC, PS5, and Xbox
What do you think,
Series X and S. And currently
No, it's
in
interesting.
open beta. New content
the
is
AI
added regularly,
mechanic is interesting
and no
too.
progress will be wiped upon the full release. Once you've signed
One
up,
thing is when you kill
use the
off
code ENLIST
like
now
a
for
actual
free
player,
bonus on
you need
us.
to make sure you're quick to
I've
find
been
their
Tom,
AIs because
and I
they
hope
switch
to
to
see you
them.
all
And sometimes it
on
can
the
be a little
battlefield.
like
Cheers.
disjointed when you switch over, trying to figure out
That
which way
was
your AI was looking and
Enlisted,
stuff
which
to
is
figure out where you gotta
available now
go.
on
So you really
PC,
want to try to get the AI
PS5,
down
and
as quickly as you
Xbox
can
Series X and
before they
S.
start coming back and
Next
realizing
up,
where
we've
they are
got
and
a
stuff.
bullet time
but
stunt shooter with fully
pretty fun.
destructible environments. Oh, and the protagonist only has one arm. Let's check out Severed Steel.
Kind of like a mirror's edge gun craziness. What the? You made a hole in the ground.
Yeah, you dug a hole in the ground with that.
It's
Makes me think of Bulletstorm a little.
Like control teams. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Good gun.
Severed Steel. Severed Steel is coming soon on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Cool. I like the look
Okay,
of that.
notepads at the ready, because for this next section, we're going to race through 8 exciting upcoming games that deserve your full attention. Here's our future hits montage for 2021.
Montage. Oh, here we go.
Chickens versus people. Bears.
What a way to start.
Roll dice.
That was kind of cool.
Oh, there's Split. Silk. Not
Dice
Split.
Legacy. So,
I almost said it too.
dice worker placement game.
Redhead Aaron.
The action side scroller kind of thing.
Iron Corbo.
Calvin, it's you.
Janitor.
Kung Fu Janitor. Yeah, Calvin.
Definitely not fried chickening.
Fast food, that was me. So this is like a fast food thing?
I don't know, but they're shooting.
Ranch Sam.
They were. Ah, fucking sweet.
That Gary can of gasoline is huge. Shin.
What the world? You going from shadow to shadow?
Yeah.
That janitor just like dancing.
Mm-hmm.
All these sweets.
Okay, I might regret asking this, but you want to help me with this next one, Omachow?
Okay. Did you know that Sega recently announced Sonic Colors Ultimate?
I do.
We've got some exclusive gameplay from a stage that nobody has seen yet. I hope Sonic does okay without me.
Did not regret. Did not regret it.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie Golden,
I have the shirt.
senior producer at Sega of America.
I do too.
I'm excited to
Don't.
share with you an exclusive clip of Tropical Resort from our
some
upcoming
kind of
release, Sonic Colors
Pokemon.
Ultimate. Please enjoy.
I spaced out a little. Is this a new level? This is just a remake of Sonic Colors, right?
Sonic Colors Ultimate, yeah.
Missed a circle. Missed one!
Yep, that really bugs me.
Run over.
You don't need everything.
Not all those though.
Gotta go fast. You missed so many. I feel like those ones are a little more excusable.
I like the music.
Sonic music's always great.
Yay! Didn't get the red ring over there.
Get ready for Sonic Colors Ultimate, which is racing onto PlayStation 4,
She didn't stick with the
Xbox
Tails
One,
voice?
Nintendo Switch, and
Nope.
PC on September 7th. Moving swiftly on, we've got a new management game from Chucklefish where you play as a powerful artificial intelligence in control of a space station.
How?
Do you want to roll the trailer, Troy?
I'm sorry, Laura. I'm afraid I can't do that. I know that you were planning to disconnect me.
No, never mind. I'll handle it. Here is Starmancer.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen Sniff and Grit things early access.
Space toilet.
He just tortures them.
get invaded. Huh. You do. There's slimes and stuff. Those guys just GTF mode.
August 5th, early access.
We're excited to announce today that Starmancer is coming August 5th, 2021, and it's available to wishlist on Steam now.
Laura, you know, ever since that lake trailer, I've been thinking, have you ever wondered about the Postal Service? Like, that there's just so much mail, you know?
Not really, no.
Okay. You're saying you don't know about Jeff and Deborah?
What are you talking about? I'm just gonna press this button again and hope it explains everything.
Oh, it will. Trust me.
KeyWe is a game about two kiwi birds who work at the post office.
What?
Okay, sure.
Their names are Jeff and Deborah.
Yep.
I'm Joel, I'm one of the developers on KeyWe, and I'm going to show you how a KeyWe level changes over the course of the game.
What the?
So in this room, you're transcribing urgent messages and assembling them ransom note style by stamping them onto the page with your butts. You'll come back to this room every so often throughout the game, but there will always be a twist to change things up. So as summer turns to autumn, now your word fragments are moving around on conveyor belts, and you'll need to chop certain words in half with the descrambler to get the pieces you need. Jeff and Deborah are going to have to deal with all kinds of hazardous work conditions. They got sandstorms during the summer, mailfly swarms. These guys have no respect for personal
cooks are delicious almost.
Paranormal activity. This is genuine footage of an actual haunting. In winter, the post office gets hit with a huge blizzard, and now this level becomes about sharing the warmth of a single tiny lantern to break through blocks of ice and keep each other from becoming kiwi sickles. Our little heroes are going to face new challenges every level and in every room of the post office, whether they're typing telegrams, or packaging shipping crates, or helping an octopus sort the mail. It's all in a day's work for Jeff and Deborah. Also, you can dress up your kiwis. Don't say we never did nothing for you. We're releasing KeyWe on August 31st for PC and all major consoles, and we hope to see you at the post office. Thanks for watching.
I thought we were going to get more information about Lake. I'm like, maybe I'll get my words.
Troy. I'm a believer.
Oop.
Co-op postal puzzler KeyWe is coming
KeyWe,
to
Eric.
PC and all
Different
current
mail.
console platforms on August 31st, 2021.
See? Told you. Next up, we've got a roguelike with an attitude, a game show shooter where you earn likes for dunking on competitors and causing a little wanton destruction. Will the circle be unbroken? Get it? Find out in this world premiere.
Sounds like Smash TV.
Dang it, Troy, you failed me.
Calvin. World premiere. It feels better after someone says that.
Okay. So it is almost a Smash TV.
Like the Running Man? Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Demo's available on the virtual floor.
To play now.
Fight me down, you fight me down.
This music is awesome.
It's just so fucking chaotic. Is that what the cameras really like?
Oh my god.
That was DeathRun TV, and you can play the pilot right now by heading down to the Future Game Show page on Steam.
Okay, hazmat suits at the ready, because this next game tasks players with building a team of stalkers to survive a 3D scanned recreation of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Here's more on what to expect in Chernobylite.
Mówi się, że to, co designerzy sobie wymyślają, to jest pisanie listu miłosnego. Każdy kiedyś był zakochany, pisał list miłosny, wydawało mu się, że to jest takie piękne, wspaniałe, a potem po latach znajdował te listy i mówi: Jezus Maria, co ja tu za bzdury pisałem.
Chernobyl seems to be a popular place in media in the last couple of years.
Skupialiśmy się na przetrwaniu, na menedżowaniu swoim czasem i towarzyszami. To wszystko wydawało się po designersku dobre, ale zwykle emocjonalnie dosyć trudne. Dlatego dodawaliśmy coraz więcej elementów, które angażowały gracza, które były dla niego ciekawe. Na początku był to taki mały chat, który gracz sobie mógł modyfikować, ale był całkowicie opcjonalny. Biegiem gry on stawał się coraz bardziej sercem gry, coraz bardziej jego sercem. Nadawaliśmy coraz więcej elementów towarzyszom i warto było dać właśnie tą walkę.
Yeah, I feel like Stalker 2 looks better.
Although I do love the pictures on the left there that we had of real people.
Zupełnie innym niż to, z czym się kończy.
Fight to survive when Chernobylite comes to PC on July 28th, as well as Xbox and PlayStation in the summer. If you were lucky enough to catch one of the early access codes during the virtual show floor, you can play Chernobylite right now. But if you missed them, we've also got more codes to give away on GamesRadar.com.
On my other screen, I just have the KeyWe trailer on loop.
Team 17 to show us what they've been cooking up with their upcoming PC and console games. Let's take a look.
What's this bunny?
Product not yet rated.
T17.
Super Magbot. It's like Mega Man 3 Magnet.
Reminds me a little bit of Super Meat Boy. Super Magbot. Local Life.
Looks like Animal Crossing.
But it's not.
Or for PC.
I mean, people that don't have a Switch want to play Animal Crossing.
Exactly.
Painted that chair. You ever painted a chair? No.
Honey, I joined a cult.
I joined a cult.
What?
What? There's some lovely filth over here.
It kind of looks like that one prison game.
What's that called? The one where you escape?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Prison escape?
Like Prison Architect.
Oh, okay.
King of Seas.
That's.
I wonder if this is more just you just do the boat.
How many seas? 7?
Yeah, it's a boat game. Yeah. I like boats.
Boat architect.
Fucking hate boats.
Okay.
Greek Memories of Zor.
This one looks kind of nice. A little Ori-ish, maybe?
A little bit.
Everyone's puking.
Just what I need.
Puke. Just what I needed. Everything from Team 17? Not everything from Team 17.
Overcooked all you can eat.
Overcooked.
Birthday party, August 9th. What?
August 9th. Save.
Pre-update, all you can eat.
Fuck yeah.
Wait, this is for Overcooked 1?
Looks like.
Get extra level maybe or something? I don't know.
Be sure to wishlist any games that spark your interest on our Steam page. It really does help the developer out.
All you can eat.
Or you can also head over to GamesRadar.com for more info.
This next game has an engrossing art style reminiscent of everything from Wes Anderson movies to Wallace and Gromit. Let's throw it over to the Slow Bros to talk you through some exclusive gameplay from their stop-motion handmade adventure, Harold Halibut.
The stop-motion game.
My name's Zonat, and I'm the director and composer of Harold Halibut.
And I'm Ole, the game's art director.
Harold Halibut is a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a city-sized spaceship stuck undersea. It's been 250 years since your home. An Ark-like spaceship fled an Earth on the verge of Cold War to find a habitable planet on which to preserve the human race. You are Harold, a young lab assistant to the ship's lead scientist, Jean Marot. While most of the other inhabitants have reconciled themselves to a life lived aboard the sunken ship, Marot still works tirelessly to find a way to leave the planet and find a new, drier home. Of course, we don't want to spoil too much of the story, so let's dive into some gameplay details. You're able to explore a huge part of the spaceship right from the beginning of the game. While the professor will always have tasks waiting for you, the wonderfully weird rest of the Fedorans will keep you just as busy. It was very important for us to not only focus on an exciting main storyline, but to create a world full of interesting events and meaningful encounters. The dialogues don't only help you progress in the main story, but also help you get to know more about the many characters that inhabit our world. Weaving through the narrative, you'll run into playful interactions like repairing a broken 3D printer. Your PDA is always available to you for an overview of current tasks as well as messages from other characters.
This is also where Harold's personal drawings are kept, as well as a few more shenanigans. At this point, you might be wondering how we achieved the stop-motion-like look of the game. We are in fact building every single thing you see in the game in the real world.
Okay, so you are doing kind of similar to the other one.
And then 3D scan everything. We're then able to use motion capturing to create lifelike animations
this
for
kind of game
huge
in
cast
20
of
years, and
characters.
now there's 2 of them.
While the game begins with Harold's mundane day-to-day, mysterious events and a fateful encounter will soon plunge you into a new world that nobody could have guessed existed, and one that may hold the key to Moreau's relaunch plans. We're really excited to find out how you like being immersed in this unique world and the feeling of puppeteering Harold. There's still quite a bit of work to do, so all we can say right now is that Harold Halibut will come soonish on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. You can already wishlist the game on Steam. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Cool. Looks cool.
Harold Halibut is coming soonish to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Harold Halibut.
Okay, yes, there have been a few gloomy games so far, so we came up with a wholesome chaser. I'm told that the developers came up with something so sweet and so positive that they just had to call it Happy Game. Seriously, if what I'm reading is correct, this one is gonna melt your hearts.
Happy Game. Look at the little happy guy in the happy game.
Oh God!
What the hell? What's
It's
wrong with
not
that
happy.
rabbit?
I like it.
Ah, there's happy.
He doesn't have any eyes.
What the?
That guy's not happy. Oh no!
It's not so happy.
Are those actual heads?
I think so, Aaron. I think so.
It's got a demo.
No, don't fall for it. No. That is terrifying.
Yeah. That was like the adorable version of the Eclipse.
Okay, Laura, hope you're still there.
This wasn't happy at all.
I hated that a lot.
Watched the same trailer that I did.
Troy, yeah, that was something.
Baxter's lying to
Who the hell
me.
is writing this script?
Yeah, I don't know, but they're telling me that Happy Game is coming to PC and Nintendo Switch in 2021. Oh, and demo is available now if you want to have a cheerful jaunt into a land of wonder. Good luck with that.
Switch, huh?
Our next game is a gorgeous hand-drawn puzzle platformer following a young mechanic in a broken world. Pay attention at the end of this trailer for some exciting information about the Minute of Islands release date.
4 brothers, bound by eternal purpose. They all broke at the same time. And a girl named Moore. She knows what must be done. When the blight first came, people began to panic.
That art style.
And now
Makes me think of Adventure
the
Time a
spores
little.
are taking hold of whatever remains. Mole's family is still here, however. She has been tasked to protect them.
Yes.
Or we need
After
to go
all,
deeper.
she is the bearer of the Omni Switch.
Let's go deeper.
Whoa, what was that thing?
Be giving it power.
But Rick, what if you have the power? That
she's resurrecting them.
Why is she always falling?
Of violence.
She falls a lot.
Out now. Cool. That's why they said stay tuned.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, we are excited to announce that Minute of Islands is out now for PC, Mac, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, and will be arriving on Xbox later this week.
Next up, we've got an update from the folks at Techland, who are fine-tuning the zombie parkour of Dying Light 2.
Yes.
Let's throw it over to the developers, who are here to answer some of your questions about the game.
Dying Light 2.
Can you tell us a bit more about the video we just saw in the PC Gaming Show?
The video presented in the PC Gaming Show brings you closer to Aiden's story. What he's looking for, what motivates him, how he ends up in the city, and of course, what happened in the old franchise between both games. This is a bunch of important information about the
I'm glad he's not looking through his eyebrows at me anymore.
Okay, so we know more about the main storylines from the mentioned video. How does the game look outside the core campaign?
Side quests are an important part of world building in Dying Light 2. Through these quests, you can decide how the city will look like, thanks to the city alignment system, or bring new opportunities for the citizens. A great example is an opera singer that Timon mentioned in developers AMA. Some citizens will support your decisions, some of them will not, but it's up to you to decide how the city should look like. We have a lot of game activities prepared for our players, but at this stage we want it to be a surprise for you.
How seamless is the co-op experience? Would you say that the best way to experience Dying Light 2 is with a friend?
It could be. What is cool about the co-op is that it gives you an opportunity to see how the world changes when your friends make different decisions than you. In co-op you can walk in their shoes to experience all those differences, but really there is no just one way to play Dying Light 2. It's up to you guys.
How are you improving the story for Dying Light 2?
I know we all have great fun killing infected, but we also want to give you a deep, thought-provoking experience that will let you be immersed in the DL2 world for long hours. On top of that, thanks to the choices and consequences mechanics, the story will be shaped differently depending on the way you play.
You've promised a great open world that feels alive. How is it going?
Yeah, well, as you can imagine, Dying Light 2 is full of infecteds, but is also full of humans, with their everyday life activities and purposes. We are building Dying Light 2 around a simple rule: ground is death and rooftops alive. What is cool is that NPCs act differently on each of those levels. Also, their behavior depends on choices you make and the way you play.
Oh, release date. Oh wait, we saw this one already.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember the
Sure
date.
did.
Dismember 7th.
Dying Light 2 is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on December 7th.
Revealed during the Nintendo Indie World Showcase earlier this year, this next game is a skateboarding action platformer. Here's Simon Bennett from Roll7 to give you an exclusive look at OlliOlli World.
Another Adventure Time kind Rocket of gamer.
Yeah.
I think they showed this at the IGN
I'm
Expo
Simon
as
Bennett,
well.
and I'm the co-CEO of BAFTA award-winning studio Roll7.
Oh, now we go the other way. Okay.
Right now, we're working on OlliOlli World. It's our stunning action platformer. You're going to meet quirky characters
Yeah, I
on a
didn't think that
magical
OlliOlli
road
World was
trip
gonna be
through
skating.
Radlandia.
Should've.
And of course, add a ton of new skate moves into your trip. As a studio, we've spent over a decade on flow state games. They transport you into a state of total focus and immersion, and it's something that we very much continue to build on with OlliOlli World.
I like the different routing on a few moments.
If you've played previous games in the series, you're probably pretty aware that you're going to slam a bunch before you succeed.
Yeah.
So for players who want it, that challenge is very much
ankles,
still
no.
there. New
Your
players,
ankles,
we're happy to hear
no.
that the game will welcome you with open arms and ensure that we can get you up and riding in no time. Ultimately, we've managed to make failure part of the fun. Yeah, you're going to get knocked down, but when you finally nail that line, it tastes just that much sweeter.
Banana.
There's just so much more flow to the game. We've even added grabs, rides, firecrackers, split routes, right to left skating, and a host of insane tricks to keep your fingers
There's
busy.
a toilet paper
There's a range
walking
of
back
visually and
there.
mechanically
which route do you go there?
to explore,
There were 4 routes.
packed to the brim with a fantastical cast of quirky characters, beautiful landscapes, cities, and of course, walking trees. OlliOlli World is coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PC this winter. Make sure you wishlist it now.
Coming to everything.
That was OlliOlli World, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms this winter.
Yeah. Interesting.
Next up, we've got a new game from the team at Odd Bug Studio, creators of PSVR's The Lost Bear. This animated story trailer will introduce you to the world of Tales of Iron, and something tells me you might be familiar with the narrator.
For centuries and longer, rats have fought tirelessly to repel the incessant frog invasions.
I love this.
Peace was only ever short-lived, until finally a young monarch rose to power. King Rattus, first of his name, unified the Rat Kingdoms under one rule, repelling Greenwort and his kind back to the putrid swamps from whence they came. Crops prospered.
If I had watched this an hour ago, I might not have liked it, but I love it right now.
And the magnificent Crimson Keep climbed ever higher toward the sky.
I was gonna say.
But as time passed, King Rattus the Savior grew old, and the kingdom vulnerable once more. His people grew anxious, some claiming to perceive a faint odor in the air. Greenwort had returned with a ferocious vengeance.
Dead mouse in your walls is a terrible odor.
Scale. He burned everything in his path towards the Crimson Keep. King Rattus gazed down upon his withered claws, barely able to hold the crown. He had little hope wielding a sword. So it was decided the crown should pass to Whiskers New. Arise, young prince, for the kingdom needs a hero. And so, your tale begins.
Right, the crown will pass to Whispers New.
Question the reign of the Iron Frog.
All right.
Like Doug. Anyway, and Tales of Iron, which is coming to PC and all current console platforms. Our next segment is from Polish studio Movie Games and hosted by God of War and Twisted Metal director David Jaffe, who recently joined their supervisory board.
Well, hello, fellas. It's me, David Jaffe. Great to see you. God of War, Twisted Metal, a bunch of PlayStation stuff. These days, I'm doing some new stuff with Movie Games. These guys, they've hooked up with this great company. You have to have heard of them, Platij Image, one of the best VFX houses in the business. They worked on The Witcher. They worked on Love, Death, and Robots. We're making a brand new game, the biggest game we've ever done, by the way, that's all about crime and mob and mafia and different time periods. It's going to be great. But for today, settle in, babies. These are the brand new games coming very soon from Movie Games. Lust from Beyond. Man, this is one of the coolest games I've played in the last year. It's what turned me on to movie games in the first place. What you're looking at is the M-rated, console-friendly version of the erotic horror cult classic. It's a first-person action-adventure game that blends Lovecraftian horror with weird freaking eroticism. I love this game. Lust from Beyond. Game number 2 is called Fire Commander. Let you step into the shoes of the only real-life superheroes we got. The first
I feel like David Jaffe's career took a strange turn.
Is my childhood fantasy come to life.
Fire Commander.
This game took me totally by surprise. You're trapped in the wilderness, freezing, hungry, and now you're starting to go a little bit insane. Man, you start seeing all kinds of crazy stuff out there.
What the heck?
Winter Survival Simulator, it's coming soon.
Oh, is there weird eroticism in that one too?
Have great future games. I miss you guys. I'll see you soon. Oh my God.
What?
Thanks.
What the fuck was that?
Check out GamesRadar.com for more about movie games' upcoming titles.
This next presentation comes from the folks at XSEED Games, the makers of Story of Seasons and Rune Factory. Here's a look at their most exciting current and upcoming projects.
I thought XSEED was later.
No, they're part of this.
Oh, okay.
This game is crazy. Kiba.
Was that like a mobile game or something?
Or a Kiba Strip?
That looked bad.
A Kiba Strip.
Like the graphics were not good.
No, it's just trying to evoke a time and a place, Eric.
When shit wasn't as good?
You don't get it.
For other people that aren't you, Eric.
All right. That just looked real bad.
You were born in a time where shit was not as good.
I know. I have a high threshold.
I didn't get a chance to read any of that.
Neither did I.
There was so many words I didn't read a thing.
Mineral Town.
It's a purpose of farming game.
Style thing.
Oh, you're married. You're married. Mineral Town.
More than friends of Mineral Town. Factory 4.
Cannon's horse. But with a unicorn horn.
Yeah, like Rune Factory puts dungeons in a Harvest Moon style game.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how many are there?
There are 5, Eric.
I don't know. Fending off a monster or two is one thing, but protecting a whole town?
I think so.
That's a lot.
Okay, thank God, they still guard.
I mean, it's
I'll get straight
integral.
to it tomorrow. Today,
I'll get straight to it.
I look forward to working together, as colleagues and as rivals.
Does this look better, Eric?
Yeah.
Yes. I can't wait to see Moon Garden 13, or what was it? Rune Factory.
Marvelous.
Fuck.
Moon Guard.
Find out more about XSEED's lineup on GamesRadar.com.
This next game is a hack and slash RPG with twin stick shooter elements set in a retro sci-fi world. Here's a new gameplay trailer for Batora, Lost Haven.
Why are farmers fighting monsters? They're defending their farm. What you gotta do, right, Eric?
Yeah. Twin stick shooter.
Yeah, dual stick shooter.
I once killed a possum that was eating our chickens.
Nice.
Okay.
I bet the chickens were very appreciative.
They were fucking freaked, man.
They could finally sleep well.
Batora Lost Haven is coming soon.
Do the eggs
PC
taste different
and
if they're
all
stressed?
current console platforms. And you can sign up to play the closed alpha when it launches on July
Probably
21st.
lay
now.
less, right?
Let's slow
Sometimes
things
they
down a
eat
bit
their own
with a
eggs
look
when
at
they're
the next
stressed.
game from the creators of 2 Point
up.
Hospital.
Oh wait, I think I saw
Stupid
something about this a
birds.
few weeks ago.
No, you didn't. Here's developers Mark Webley, Ben Huskins, and Gary Card to tell you all about it and give you a first look at gameplay.
We need a first look at gameplay. What's this for? 2 Points Hospital's already out, right?
Introducing. This is 2 Point Campus.
Oh, they're talking about 2 Point
Campus. It's the sequel.
You fool!
And it's not a hospital anymore.
When we think about what we're going to do next, campus
you teach
and
people
the
how
idea
to
of running a
work in
university or a
hospitals.
college was something we just kept coming back to. It's a really rich topic.
By dancing.
So people who haven't probably heard of 2 Point Studios may think, oh, schools, that's really dull. Well, hospitals, if you've seen our previous game, isn't about healthcare really. It's a wrapper. You know, we call it 2 Point Hospital, but that's about as close as it gets to real world of medical healthcare.
Campus is taking everything we learned from 2 Point Hospital.
I feel like there's a doctor watching this that
the important thing was for
shocked.
us to give the player a canvas that they
Oh
could
God, what have I done?
create themselves.
In Campus, you start with this blank plot of land.
We've got something called the Smart Brush, for example, which allows you to drag interesting shaped pathways. If you want to drag a picket fence, you can drag that along.
3 lines is what I would call an
paint the
interesting
world you
shape.
want.
So it's really simple to drag out a courtyard, lay down some paths at different angles.
And it's fun, isn't it?
Hey,
I mean,
you're
it's
being
still
real
there,
negative right now.
has city builder element to 2 Point Universe.
Let me show you this F, Eric.
2 Point Hospital and Campus is that we're spending a much longer period with our students. What we wanted to do with Campus is...
Aaron, are you muted over
care
there?
about your university.
So I don't hear you
The
laughing.
idea of these interesting and different
Giant
courses
pizza.
are gonna
Giant
try to be
pizza, Eric.
interesting and
There you
different.
go. That's what you need.
There's a nice-
crows
Are you
in
trying
there.
to rob me for my well-deserved
You got
laughs
it.
over there?
You're going to train knights of the realm, so it won't be
I don't know what you're talking
stuffy, normal, boring stuff.
What were you laughing at, Aaron?
School. It's going to be really cool, interesting stuff.
3 lines, that's what I call it.
That was 2 Point Campus, which is coming soon to PC and all current console platforms.
This is a video of
I
3
know it
hours.
was in early
3
development,
old
but it
men
only
that were
has
like,
a
what do
very
kids
cool
want?
code name, which is always a good sign. Here's Leo to tell you all
Strange
about
shapes.
Project Ferocious.
Ferocious. All right, I didn't write down the
My
last
name is
one.
Leo, and I'm the developer of Project Ferocious, an
2 Point Campus, Aaron.
mysterious tropical island. Some of you
Dude,
might
this
know
guy
me
is
from
seducing me
Twitter
with his
as
eyes.
Olli,
I was
post
gonna
about
say,
development
that guy
development
definitely knows
and
which is his
stuff.
good side.
And if not,
Fuck yeah.
I've been doing game dev for about 12 years with a big passion, and I've been working on this project for about 2 years. It's the first project of mine I decided to show to the public, and even though I know it still has a very long way to go, I'm very proud to present it today to you on the show. Please enjoy the trailer.
Just stream overnight until it starts again tomorrow.
We just do a bunch of demos and stuff into the next one.
I can't believe it's still sunny outside.
What was this one called? I'll get it at the end.
Is this the dinosaur one that you were talking about, Rick?
Turok, and that was Aaron.
That was me. I came up with the awesome Turok.
Dude, there's like a dragonfly in the air.
This is not Dino Crisis, if that's what you're asking, Calvin.
So they're humans fighting humans, but there's literal dinosaurs running around attacking
I think so,
people?
yeah. And there was a giant dragonfly.
That's the
But how many horns does a Triceratops have?
It's brow tusks.
Oh, shit.
Ferocious.
Project Ferocious. Targeting 2023.
Project Ferocious is targeting a 2023 release date and coming to PC,
I'll just shut up.
PlayStation,
Laura
and
does it better.
Xbox.
Thank you, Laura.
Our next world premiere
2023?
asks, what if Doom Guy had a drunk one-night stand with Super Meat Boy?
That sounds so fun.
Guess this next game wants to answer that question for some reason.
Huh.
World premiere.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Calvin.
I'm awake. Dream. All right. Yeah. I want to see Super Meat Boy with Doom.
Alright, that's cool.
This looks pretty fucking cool.
Force push.
I'm loving this so far.
Yeah, I like this.
I like it a lot.
WarCry.
Fucking WarCry, baby.
Dude, that's cool.
WarCry, huh?
Put that on the wish list, Eric.
I'm gonna
Watch
put that
out
on
for
the wish
WarCry
list.
Challenges when it stops
I'm
defying
gonna hit
gravity
300
and
before this is over.
Drops on PC this summer.
Up next, we've got another
Wonder
world
Woman's coming out.
premiere. Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View is a story-driven detective thriller set in 1950s England. Let's find out more, shall we?
World premiere. Fucking right, Calvin.
Robert Conway, 22nd of June, 1954. I've solved many a case in my time as a private investigator, but nothing so close to home as the abduction of Charlotte May. There are some things that take hold of a person and refuse to let go. For me, it's the idea of saving that.
You play all this from the window? That'd be kind of cool.
No, I think you do.
My own
I mean, he's
daughter, Catherine,
in a wheelchair.
is on the case.
You probably can't go very far.
She has the same look in her eye that I used to have. There'll be no stopping her.
Especially in 1954.
I wish I could say that all of my neighbors are innocent. I wish I could say that
The whole neighborhood is creepy.
where to begin.
You move, man.
All neighborhoods are creepy if you look close enough.
There's
That's
a lot
true.
I wish I could say.
Feel bad for my neighbors.
The truth is, sometimes it takes a nightmare to wake a place like Dahlia View.
Interesting.
I am in. That was Conway, Disappearance at Dahlia View
Seems cool.
from White Paper Games, and you can dig
not
into the
listed on
mystery
Steam.
yourself when it lands on PC and all current console platforms, autumn 2021.
And with that, we're at the end of this year's Future Game Show.
How do I add it to my wish list?
Hold on. Surely this,
can't write it
this can't
down?
be the end. I mean, it's
Hang
an E3 showcase.
Nope, sorry, Troy, that's it.
Just kidding.
I knew it. All right, let's see it.
What we got? What we got? More information about Lake?
World premiere.
Fuck yeah, Calvin.
What?
Ooh, selling Shattered Memories.
Can't read fast enough.
Maniac,
not just
Mr.
me.
Robot. I had the different writers of.
My name is Marissa Marcel. I'm 17 years old, and it's my dream to be an actress.
And that
Man.
really is
What does that
all
mean?
we have time
I don't
for.
know.
Be sure to head to
So,
GamesRadar.com
it's
for
a
more coverage
real
and updates on all the
crime
games you've seen today and more.
Drama
Sorry,
game.
really excited about that Sam Barlow reveal. Yes, and thanks to our headline partners, WD Black, and of course, all of our many talented developers and industry partners that have made all of this possible.
And of course, for everyone tuning in at home.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed today's lineup, and mark your diaries because the Future Game Show will be returning in August.
I'm Laura Bailey.
And I'm Troy Baker.
And this has been the Future Game Show 2021.
Awesome. They were the best presenters of the day.
Yeah. Gabe Newell troll.
All right. Well, that's it for the Future Game Show. We have a little montage happening now, but we start covering a few of the things that we had them go over.
Okie dokie.
Not that we had them go over, but they did go
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Well, we have that. We also, I don't know if we covered too much of anything if we wanted to from the one before, the PC show. But just anything that stands out, I imagine we can talk about from both of those. Of which, Calvin, Eric, did you guys have anything, especially from the last one here with future games, that stood out or anything? A lot of it was very quick of like, there's this, and it was like coming out at some point. There's this, it's coming out at some point. So a lot of them went very fast, but was there anything that caught your attention or anything?
Yeah, there was definitely a few. I can't remember what they were called.
Okay.
I had a passing interest in a couple of them. Nothing
Which
really
ones,
like nothing. I can't remember. Nothing really knocked my socks off.
Dang, if only I had a list of.
I will go through my Steam wish list.
I have a lot.
Game Deck was interesting.
Okay.
That's the cyberpunk detective sort of game. Backbone looks kind of interesting as well, which is another detective game. I think that they showed
Backbone,
off.
It had the bears and the polar bear with titties that Eric pointed out.
Oh
Yeah, it did. It had that one. That was I had passing interest there.
That piqued your interest.
Yeah.
I thought that A Tale of Paper looked interesting. It had a very Little Nightmares looking kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I thought that one was interesting. Red Solstice 2 was one that I thought was kind of interesting with the it's like the XCOM multiplayer kind of game. All in real time though.
Yeah.
So I thought that one would be an interesting one. One that stood out that was interesting that I didn't expect was a KeyWe mailing game.
Yeah, KeyWe.
The second mailing game of the night.
It is.
The first one was Lake.
Yeah.
Which they talked about the Great Mouse Detective, which I love the Great Mouse Detective. It's a good Disney movie. But
I love Big Trouble in Little China, so.
Yeah.
My problem with Lake is that they're like, okay, here's a, relatively mundane plot, but there's a twist. And it's interesting, but we won't tell you anything that's interesting. And then it moved on.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to spoil
You
the
don't want to
twist.
spoil the twist.
I guess, but like, I'm not like, oh, fuck, what is it? It's probably good.
We're always complaining about trailers spoiling too much, Eric. And now they do it right, and you're still angry.
I don't know if they did it right, man.
I mean, there were a few games that I'm like, man, that one caught me off guard. KeyWe was one of them.
Yeah.
Timberborn was another one where I'm like, it's a Beaver City building game. Okay, that's different.
I like the look
new.
of.
Different's a good word.
Yeah.
I like the look of Beacon Pines, which was a cute hand-drawn game where you're finding words in the universe and writing the story. I thought that was a really cool idea.
That was kind of a cool idea. Where like you can change the look of like the book that you're writing by finding those words.
They also, one thing that was nice too is they had a lot of these things where you can get them over on Steam with demos. Several of them are available on their page for the Future Game Show page if you go there. So I thought that was really cool that you can get a lot of these things that you can kind of check out and try. They did talk about Enlisted, which that one is a pretty interesting shooter. It's different because you have AI team that you can also switch between, and also if you die, you just switch to one of those. It's something that most like war shooters like that don't usually have. So it's interesting to see. I played a little bit. It's free. You can download the beta, whatever it is now and stuff. So if you're curious on that and you like shooters, especially old World War type shooters and stuff, it's definitely one to check out, I think.
Okay. Eldest Souls, I thought looked interesting. The Souls-like isometric action RPG looking thing. Looked pretty cool, as did Silt. That
yeah, we saw that here and in the PC one, I believe, both.
Yeah, like insanely twisted Shadow Planet, but with like old scary cartoon graphics, but all black and white. Very interesting atmosphere.
Yeah. Shooter-wise, I really liked the looks of Severed Steel and WarCry Challenges. Both of them were very fast-paced kind of action shooters. and I thought that was really cool. One they compared to like Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Like you got to jump and shoot this target, making sure you open the door, or else you die. The other one had more of a Mirror's Edge sliding parkour kind of aspect to it. A little super hot. I understood Calvin mentioning that. That made sense too.
Yeah.
So that both of those are kind of cool.
Minute of Islands was that puzzle platformer that looked a little like Adventure Time. Looks very intriguing.
Yeah.
And Harold Halibut, which we'd seen a little bit before, the stop motion atmospheric like story rich game that they showed off.
I think that's the first one we saw that one.
Is it? I feel like
during the other show, I think it was the Summer Games Fest, they had another one that was called something else. Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of another like time that we looked at games before, maybe. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll let Eric talk about his favorite game, Tales of Iron, which is the rat game.
Yeah, that one looked great. I was thinking about ramen. As you said that, I was like, remember that one with the chef? And no, yeah, I just love Troy Baker. I mean, he was the best part of this part of the show, but he just committed to those lines, and I fucking bought it, man. I'm like, yeah, fuck those frogs, you know. So yeah, I like that.
No, ramen was from the last show, but did you like that one too?
Yeah. That was the last show?
Yeah, that was from the PC game show.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, we basically rolled from one directly into the other. So
we went straight into the next one pretty much. There was like no in between time. So that's why I was like, maybe a couple of these that we might talk about some.
Yeah.
We just went right from one to the next. But no, PC game show, they had that. I mean, they had a few things. Some of it blends together a little bit too because they both talked about Dying Light a little bit. They both kind of talked about the Chernobylite.
Yeah.
There's a few things there that they kind of both went through.
Jurassic Park. Every game had grappling hooks.
Yeah, the presenters mentioned like this is the year of the grapple.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Also, we had like 3 dinosaur games, 2 Chernobyl games.
There
what
were
else?
3 Chernobyl games.
3 Chernobyl games.
Yeah.
2 mail games, like mail post office.
Yep.
A lot of themes.
Sure.
Good themes.
One thing that was interesting, which was from the PC game show that I thought wasn't even necessarily game, but it was on the tech side of things. It was not the $3,000 monitor.
It was.
It wasn't even the PC Switch lookalike, but it was the Neuro controller that measures your muscles and allows you to like shoot before you click. And I was like, well, that's an interesting. Accessory. I don't even know what to call it, really.
It's a peripheral.
Yeah.
Seems like cheating.
It's like having another mouse or like a typing keyboard and a gaming keyboard. Yeah.
Sure.
It is interesting, but if it does catch on, there will be a weird like inter-period where developers are making like anti-hack and anti-cheat software.
Yeah.
Where that might like fall under it.
Yeah. Because like, what about the times when I like hesitate? Like I'm not gonna do that. But I would have shot it before. You know.
Yep.
I don't want to do that. There's discipline and not shooting.
You wouldn't have, because the impulse didn't fully send it to your finger.
No,
it's just
sometimes my finger doesn't go all the way down, but it kind of went down.
What if someone else pushes your finger down? What happens then?
It's not a brain impulse.
Is it measuring your brain impulse or your muscles?
It's measuring the impulse from your brain through your muscles.
Right.
To click before you actually push your mouse button down on the button and click the mouse button.
So to activate turbo mode, you have to have a Caesar?
I think so. If you like input something that didn't go through your wrist brain connection, it snaps your wrist. Can't do it again.
So it's like a punishment for not using it.
Yep. Anti-cheat.
That's the anti-cheat. Just break your wrist.
Yeah, I did think that at least as a peripheral, an accessory was interesting and something I haven't seen before, I guess. I mean, I've seen different things where it's like, oh, well, these for VR or gaming, like you'll feel people shooting you in the back so you can turn around and know where you're getting shot
like
from.
Like the vest things.
Yeah, like I've seen that kind of stuff, but this is interesting to where like it gives you a little, like you want to be just a little faster shooting, you know, your target. Here you go, use this.
Yeah.
So, I just thought it was interesting, just something new and different that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, it was really cool. I can't wait for more of that technology to be just done, you know?
Mm-hmm.
To have like VR controllers for playing PC games.
Sure, yeah. Did you guys have anything else from the shows or anything? If not, I was going to see about taking a few questions here real quick before we start to wrap things up.
Nothing I can remember.
Okay.
Questions.
All right, let's see what we had question-wise. One came from Sexual Tentacles, who said, "Can we demand Calvin play Happy Game for Scream Stream?"
Oh, Happy Game, yeah.
Only if Eric also streams it.
Oof. I'll watch you stream it and commentate live. Okay, I'll stream it.
The Happy Game was interesting.
It was.
It was very creepy.
I very much enjoyed the interaction of announcer and game.
Sure. They also the way that Troy was like, oh, let's lighten this up a little bit with a game that they could, you know, only call Happy Game. And then you're like, oh, wow, okay. Well, interesting. And then you're just like, what the hell is this?
Mm-hmm.
And they did that a few times. They did that also with it was the end of the PC gaming show when they cut back over to the E3 lady and she was like,
yeah.
dismay of what is going on.
That was good.
So that was funny. No question. One here is from a little while back when they were talking about Final Fantasy. I think it was from Square Enix. Would the pixel remaster of Final Fantasy 1 through 6 be a good entry point into the series? Rick, I think you would be a better person for maybe answering that.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're looking for. Like, if you want to understand the history of JRPGs, then I would say start with the first one. But if you're looking for when it enters the sort of modern era-ish, I would probably play 4 and 6, and then if you really like those, maybe go back and play some of the other ones. 6, I think, holds up the best, but I think 4 might be one of the best paced games that I've ever played.
Gotcha. Alrighty. We have D-Bull, who said, what is your absolute most anticipated game revealed so far? So out of things you've seen, is there anything that you're anticipating and excited for it to come out that we've seen so far out of this or Games Fest or anything that we've seen so far? I think mine's probably Age of Empires 4.
Yeah. I'm really interested in Stalker 2. That one looked great.
I do like the look of Stalker 2. It's weird having two like Chernobyl-style Stalker games coming out at the same time. One definitely, I agree with Eric, like the lighting of one definitely stands out more than the other one.
It does, yeah.
For sure. Eric, is yours Ramen or is there something else or anything that you've seen
It's
so
still
far?
the Temple Run speedrun one.
The Phantom Abyss?
Yeah.
I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
That's still mine, I think.
That one actually looks really good, and we've seen a few times of it, but each one shows just a little bit more.
Yeah, I would really like to play it.
Rick, what about you?
Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts 2, and we saw it for just a second, but I'm counting it the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
We saw it. Did we see it?
We saw it for a second.
It was like so quick.
It was in one of the montages.
And Smack the Panda says, overall, are you pleased or disappointed with what was revealed today?
I'm pleased in that there's a lot of games that I never heard of before that I added to my wish list that I probably never would have heard otherwise. So I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
As far as like AAA announcements, I suppose maybe a little disappointing.
No, I understand that. I think a lot of the AAA stuff we haven't seen too much of. But I am glad that there's been a lot more of the, I would say, like independent games being shown and seen around. And they're just, some of them are very creative and different. And while some of them I may not personally care about as much, there's some other ones where I'm like, man, that has piqued my interest and had it been, you know, some years ago when they only really showed these are the big names and stuff, and you're not going to get to see any independent stuff, you know, I probably would have never heard of them or anything. So, as of right now, while there's been a lot and it can be a little like overwhelming slash exhausting, I'm happy that a lot of these are getting a little bit of limelight. Like the future games, I feel like did a lot of like, we're just going to show you guys a little bit of each of these. OlliOlli World is interesting, you know, like just seeing a little bit of the gameplay and how it's going to play out and stuff. But
oh yeah,
overall, I'm happy that the gaming world is embracing like not just, well, if it's not AAA, no one cares. Look at some of these creative and independent titles and whatnot too that we can toss in here a little bit.
Like I've never played the series yet, but I imagine Fable fans are maybe among the most disappointed of those today.
No, I can understand that a little bit. I mean, Xbox and Bethesda, like they had a few cool things that I really liked. The Sea of Thieves was, of course, really cool. I was glad to get to see that.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6, every time it's been shown, has been really good. Age of Empires, I was, of course, excited for. But yeah, there's some of those bigger titles that we haven't got. We got just a little bit of, but not like gameplay or something like Starfield. You know, we got to see just that cinematic, but we don't really know like, well, what's the gameplay gonna look like or anything like that. And but
I mean, I agree with you in the terms of like, you know, it's cool to see smaller studios and developers getting more of a limelight and being able to have equal time and stuff. But, you know, how many games did we have here today? Just today, you know, it's 100 games, and you know, like essentially you're watching 100 commercials back to back. You know, which when you're on the game floor, like when you're at E3 and you're walking around, you might skip over this one booth 5 times before you actually come back to it, and you've seen other stuff and you're like, what is this? Let me check this out. And you get a little more interested because you're more open to it at that time or something like that. It can be, you know, not difficult, but it can be wearying to, you know, watch this for 8 hours, which is, it's essentially just a long list of commercials, some of them more successful than others.
Which is why I'm excited for, like, especially in the future game show, they had several of them where it's like, hey, check out our page on Steam. There's demos for these. You can play those. And I think that can do a little bit more justice. That's why they were so quick through some of them. It's like, hey, if this piques your interest and it looks interesting, check out the demo. Then you'll know if you're going to like it or not.
Yeah.
Because on the E3 show floor, like, sometimes seeing the gameplay, that looks cool over there. I'm going to see what I don't even have a clue what the title is or anything.
Yeah.
But it looks like neat gameplay, and I want to see how it plays.
Yeah.
Let me take like 1 or 2 more questions if we have them, and then we can wrap some things up. Also, I don't know, Rick, how many on the subs or bits or anything we need to go through?
I've got about a dozen. Do you want me to do those now?
Let me read this one here first. If you could pick one game to be out right now, do you have one that you would pick?
Lake. I gotta see what the hell that twist is.
I would say Psychonauts 2 over Age of Empires 4 because I think Age of Empires 4 is going to take up a lot more of my time.
Gotcha.
Well, Rick, you're also doing that because then I would pick Age of Empires 4 and you get both, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Calvin,
Big
did
brain.
you have one?
Probably Halo Infinite.
Halo Infinite? I can understand that. My second one would probably be Back 4 Blood, just because I'm really interested in playing that.
Yeah.
It's some of the style
I don't
of
want it
games.
to come out any earlier than the beginning of October.
No, yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Rick, do you want to hit up some of the subs and bits, and we can see if there's any questions or anything in there?
Sure thing. The TNT Raider subscribed for the first time. Big Blasian Boy subscribed for 8 months.
Thank you.
Da Silva resubscribed for 7 months. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Is there an update on the Star Wars podcast you were planning to do a while back?
No.
Nothing as of right now.
Nothing new.
Nothing to give anyone.
G-Rocks resubscribed for 9 months. The Frenzy resubscribed for an incredible 45 months.
Wow.
Thank you.
Jazz Medra, 1,000 bits. Just want to say thank you for sticking it out through this super long stream. Hope your weekend has been going well.
Thank you very much. It's been pretty good.
It's been here.
Yeah.
Agent Null resubscribed for 5 months. I got 6 games so far. I'm definitely going to get Shadow Warrior 3, Replaced, Far Cry 6, Halo Infinite, Chivalry 2, and Stalker 2. What about you fellas? Any games piquing your interest?
Most of those that you said, I forgot about Replaced. Replaced looks really cool too.
Yeah. Chivalry 2 is already out. Interested in playing that one. We may be getting that one on a demo playthrough later on this week for some of our E3 coverage and stuff. But yeah, no. I mean, there's definitely several games that I'm interested in playing. Far Cry 6 has jumped up there the more and more I see it.
Storm Hover with 100 bits. Major props to you all for making it 8 hours straight. Hope you get some well-deserved rest soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're about to head to bed.
Finally.
I was saying, I'm as much as like, oh man, it can be tiring sometimes. I'm still super excited to come back tomorrow. Come back Tuesday for Nintendo.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll have a lot to say then.
Yeah.
Final one I have is Void Malachi has resubscribed for 29 months.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Void Malachi.
We are coming back tomorrow.
Yes, we will be back tomorrow. We'll be starting up at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be covering the Indie Showcase. Then we're going to be having some different games and stuff we'll play in between from the Indie Showcase finishing to Capcom starting at 5:30. So if you guys have any thoughts of any games that you're interested in seeing, make sure you tweet us or put it in our Twitch Discord or something along those lines, and we'll look at those and try to make sure we have some stuff ready that people are wanting to see, get some eyes on. And then, yeah, that'll be it for tomorrow. So hope to see you guys back.
I was the one that asked the chat, was anybody here the entire time? Like, I wonder if we had someone that stayed with us the whole time.
Eric the Face has been here all stream.
All stream, Eric the Face. Cool. Yeah, well, thank you for hanging out with us. I also want to thank Jancy for making us 2 wonderful breakfasts for coming in on the weekend. We had some great breakfast in the morning.
Thank you. Indeed. We appreciate it.
Never had bacon like that before.
It was good, wasn't it?
Never
it was like a Twizzler.
I liked
it. It was weird.
Yeah,
but it was good.
All right. Well, guys, thank you, especially to everyone who stuck around the whole time.
Yeah, thank
even
you.
If you just tuned in for a little bit, we appreciate it. If you missed anything through today, it's slowly going to make its way to YouTube. So make sure you guys keep your eye over there on the channel there. We'll be back tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time after we film some other live stuff we got to do and some other stuff as well. So, guys, thank you so much, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Peace.